X-Men Origins Wolverine, it's all about the claws. Now the unstoppable power of Wolverine could be in your hands. With clawsome Wolverine action figures, the bad guys are tough, but the claw-popping superhero Wolverine is the toughest there is. X-Men Origins Wolverine action figures and vehicles.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Black Genghis Live. I'm your host KJ, aka Black Genghis, and I am still dealing with the after effects of Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con 2024. It was a lot of fun. It was a once in a lifetime event where basically we just went all out. Like, I went all over the place. I was determined to go to as many panels as I possibly could, to go through as many shows, and that meant Hall H, and that also meant sitting through the entirety of Hall H. It was pretty amazing. And, if I could do it over again, I would probably say bring a seat cushion and bring a full water bottle. But once again, I just want to say really thanks to my compadres over at A Toy Kind of Mood, particularly Travis Moody. We had a great time showing off the Rattler and talking with the Joe team. It was fantastic. And I'm really proud of that interview, especially because people finally learned how tall I actually am. And and also just for all the great tidbits that the Joe team and everyone else gave us. We weren't able to do talks with everybody, Legends, Star Wars, that kind of thing, but we were able just to show props and just say thank you for all the great times. So once again, that was fantastic, and I was really glad to experience that. Let's go ahead and holler at the chat. Gum Bunny, what's up, man? Gum Bunny is our community spotlight today, so I'm really glad and stoked to feature some of his work today. Shout out to Salinas, what's up? Out of Shelf Space, you got it. Hey, you know what? It's worth the wait, I promise you. Prophet Director, Pent Daddy, what's going on, man? Chad, what's going on with you, man? Thank you for joining. My brother from the Terror Drum, Tony's Figs, what's up, man? I am Genghis Enforcer. Nice, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm really glad that Travis got his hands on that gear. It was a long time coming, and I'm glad that we were able to up that. The Joe Fest panel, not so much. I'm going to have to figure something else out. We are not supposed to be live streaming like that. So I had to do something renegade, and I had to really think fast. So, I think for the most part, it worked. I'm glad. I'm proud of it, and I'm glad we were able to simulcast across those different accounts. But you know what? We got a lot of show today, so let's go ahead and let's hop right into it. So first off, I want to talk about this month's releases for action figures. We have the Green Goblin helmet coming up. It looks amazing. The Hasbro prop team, they always go nuts. And with the pumpkin bombs, I think they're going to have Halloween covered. It's going to be pretty cool. So I'm thinking about it. And it may be worth full price even. So there's that. I think there's a lot to be said about like the Hasbro props, like the Power Rangers stuff, Star Wars, definitely Black Panther. I have the Black Panther helmets. War Machine, I have those too. And man, all I can say is it's going to be hard not to spend money. Once again, Wolverine and Deadpool. This is from SHF Figure Arts. These are coming up pretty soon. I like SHF. I like the effects. I like the articulation. I like how they move. And it is a higher quality than Hasbro, Mattel, McFarlane. And it's plain to see. So, once again, I'm really thinking about this ketchup and mustard thing. I'm really glad they brought back the suit. I'm glad they brought back the mask. It was silly they didn't do this. This is going to be a whole new stream of Wolverines. So you thought you had Wolverines before, you're going to have to get these. You're going to have to get the Marvel Legends. You may have to get Mafex. You may have to get this SHF Wolverine and this Deadpool to go along with it. They're smart. They know how to make money. They know how to spend money. I can't keep spending my money like this. I need the money. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I also want to say, the movie works outside of just merchandising. I will go into my full thoughts in my reviews. Once again, this is another SHF figure arts right here, Spider-Man India. Yes, I did see it. Hello, Sabir Del Norte. Thanks for joining us. And Salinas, I did see Deadpool. I am doing full spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, I understand. I will not be upset if y'all drop from the chat. Folks are dropping from the chat already because I'm a rambling Nancy. But once again, I have Spider-Gwen. I have Spider-Man 2099 from this SHF. I'm still going to have to track down Miles or wait for a reissue. But I need to get this. I probably need to get that Spider-Punk as well. The Colossus from the Legacy Deadpool movies. And Colossus makes an appearance in Deadpool Wolverine as well. This sucker is selling out all over the place. And it is a fantastic movie, so Colossus from the Deadpool movies. This is how we wanted Colossus to look, not just in the cameo bits that we saw in X2 or X-Men The Last Stand. This is Colossus comic book accurate. So the Deadpool movies have always been great for that, with Deadpool himself, and all the way culminating in a comic book accurate Wolverine that we've been waiting 24 years for. So yeah, this Colossus was definitely a stake in the ground to be like, oh yeah, you can actually get characters to look the way they should look and get it past the suits from Fox. Speaking of Fox, here's Lucius Fox, the Platinum Edition from McFarlane, and also a 6-inch scale gold label of Batman Beyond. This stuff is looking really good. The reason I'm like highlighting all these different action figures is because they're really getting better. McFarlane's getting better, and so is everyone else. There's a lovely interview. Once again, Travis, I got to give a shout out to Travis because the man went above and beyond with covering Comic-Con and everyone that was in it. So, for example, here is the Jedi Toys interview with June. And we all love these Street Fighters, Mega Man, all that stuff. We want him to do Mortal Kombat. He won't be able to do Mortal Kombat, long and story short, because of McFarlane Toys. McFarlane Toys has a deal with Warner Brothers, has a deal with DC. Warner Brothers is making Mortal Kombat, makes some Mortal Kombat games. So chances are that Mortal Kombat license is exclusive to McFarlane Toys. Maybe it was with Storm Collectibles, and once that license ran out with Storm, it became exclusive to McFarlane, perhaps, or Jada just has to make a deal. They may have to make a deal with McFarlane. It may be some weird thing that for whatever Mortal Kombat toy McFarlane sells, Mortal Kombat toy Jada Toys sells, then McFarlane gets a cut, which would be weird. And I don't blame Jada Toys for not doing that. But once again, if you haven't seen either our interview with the Joe team on the Toy Kind of Mood or Travis's interview with June from Jada Toys on the Toy Kind of Mood, check both of those out. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, you know what? But sometimes you got to give credit where credit's due. We really did put up some of the best stuff from Comic-Con this year. I will be straight up real about that shit. But always good seeing you, Lawrence. And thanks for joining, man. So anyway, back to McFarlane Toys. We got some really cool stuff going on with this 3-pack from Legends of the Dark Knight. That was from the second iteration of Batman the Animated Series, the new Batman Adventures. So here we have the Frank Miller, Batman and Robin, and the mutant leader with the tasty nipples. It's getting nipply up in here. Blitz, thanks for joining us, man. And then we also have the statues. I love, and adore the statues so very much. This Wonder Woman statue, it's one of those things where you start collecting one, you guys start collecting them all. It's like this OCD thing that's like almost unavoidable. And I started getting stuff like Superman was on sale. Batman Hush was on sale. Then I got the Jim Lee and the Flash statues on sale from GameStop. So now I'm going to get these. I'm going to get this Wonder Woman. This Green Lantern is tricky, man, because it is an awesome looking statue. It is also pretty pricey. So let's go ahead and take a look. Whereas some of the other PVC statues are only $50, these are, I really hate to say it, this one's right here is $250, and it burns, man, because it is a great looking statue. So let's go ahead and go on to our friends over at Entertainment Earth. Once again, if you use code ATKM10, you can save 10% off of your in-stock goods. But this sucker looks amazing, but it's 250 bones. 250. Maybe if I'm good and I treat myself to it, dude does not skip glutes. He does not skip his glutes. If I'm good, then I'll just buy this sucker. I'll just buy that sucker because I want it. $250, man. Woo! Is Jada going to do any more drill vehicles? I'm not sure, because when Jada was doing that stuff, it was really die-cast. So, or even like the remote control stuff. So it just really depends. I would love to see Jada do everything, Joe. I want to see Jada. It's messed up, but I want to see Jada make G.I. Joe figures. You know, like everyone else is doing. Super 7's doing it. 3-0's doing it. So it'd be pretty cool, I think, to see Jada actually make some figures. Hiya Toys is making 4-inch classifieds effectively. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep it moving. Hall H. Hall H is where a number of pop culture moments were born. You can say that about the MCU itself with Iron Man and Thor and everything phase 1 going on to the Avengers and everything else. You can talk about Tron Legacy. You can talk about Deadpool, right? Ryan Reynolds leaked that shit to Hall H. And there's no proof. No one can prove it, but he did it. And he was able to build an empire because of the fan reaction. Nice GI, bro. Because of the fan reaction from Hall H. So with all these things that were born out of Hall H, you also have my own new Instagram account, 𝐁𝐥𝐚𝐜, born in the halls of Hall H itself. 𝐁𝐥𝐚𝐜 is a project that's been long ongoing for a long time. And it's my new portal for films, TVs, comic books, all sorts of stuff, video games, reviews, essays, that kind of stuff. And that was basically where I decided that if not now, when, right? And Hall H was the best place for that. That was the best place to say, if I'm going to do this, let's do this now. Let's go ahead. We're going to go in at Hall H. We're going to cover this thing top to bottom, every single panel from Superman, Lois, Keanu Reeves, Berserker, Star Trek, everything. Like, if you're there from Marvel Studios, you have to get there in the morning. There's really no other way to do it. If you're going to go to Hall H in San Diego Comic-Con, you need to go in the morning. If you don't have a press pass, if you're not a professional, I know Travis was able to get a press pass. I was able to get a press pass. If you don't have that, you need to go the evening prior. Stand in line. They give you like a little bracelet or something. And then you can come back in the morning, get back in line, and that gets you into Hall H. With press, I lucked out. There's like a little press pool. You still have to get good placement. because there's only so many seatings for press. And I was able to get a decent seat, lots of leg room, and we just did this shit, bro. And I was very proud to do it. Once again, KJ Squared. You can follow me on Instagram, KJ_, because there are a lot of KJ Squares and I didn't get it in time. But once again, getting this done. This is the arena. This is like Gladiator for nerds. This is Butt-Numb-a-thon. If you leave your seat, you better make friends, and you better hope that they save your seat and that someone else doesn't just roll up and just take it. I had my book bag with me. Anytime I had to get up and use the restroom, I put that book bag there. I was cool enough to have good people in my row. It was a lot of fun. We were hooting and hollering, shouting at the top of our lungs. And man, does my shit hurt. I needed some Ricola after that. It was intense, but it was worth it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And it was really cool learning like how much I could stand. It was something where it was an endurance test, and it got painful. There's no other way to say it, because I am in my 40s. I am no longer in my 30s, my flirties, my dirties. My knees reminded me that I was in my 40s. I had to like make sure I wasn't like losing feeling in my extremities, basically. And it's just one of those things where if it's worth it to you, you'll find a way to do it. You'll get it done. And for me, it was worth it. But there are a few things worth that. Not only that, I was sick as hell. I got sick. We call it con crud. I took 2 COVID tests. I tested negative, and I tested again yesterday, still negative. So it was not COVID, and it was great. But if you're gonna do Hall H, wear a mask. Just wear a mask. You hate wearing a mask, too damn bad. Just deal with it. Grin and bear it, but wear a mask. You can choose your discomfort, and you can either be discomforted from wearing the mask or getting sick because you didn't wear a mask. That's basically your choices. I, in my excitement, I forgot my mask. I didn't have any masks on me in my book bag. And I just really wish if I could do something over again, is just bring that mask with me. So I don't want to make things political. It shouldn't get political. I want you to stay healthy. I want you to be fine. And I won't infringe on your freedoms or whatever. But I don't want you to get sick. I'd rather you be mad at me than get sick. Like, even if me just bringing that shit up because you can't stand it. I mean, whatever, you'll live. So anyway, and I think I lost some viewers with that. Would I do it again? Yes, hell yes. I would bring a mask with me. That's all. I got sick at Hall H. It seats 6,000 people. COVID was in the building. And I lucked out that I didn't catch a case. Like, that's not anything to play with. That's something to play around with. That's something to dance with. Like, whether you get the shot or not, you don't want that shit. It sucks. And there's long COVID. There's effects that last later. Togetherness, human togetherness, unfortunately has become more dangerous. I wish it wasn't that way, but that's just the way it is. And we got to find a way. We have to find a way, basically, to take care of each other. And that just basically means eradicating this virus. Like I said, I'm not going to make this about politics or anything else. I'm going to keep this to toys, but I just want people to be safe. And I just want people to know that it's real out here. Like, this is real shit that we deal with. And we have a responsibility to each other to not get each other sick to death. As weird as that sounds, like, that's basically it. Like, don't get people sick. All right. Anyway, moving on, and I'm trying to find some stuff for you here because I think you're gonna like what I have going on here over at 𝐁𝐥𝐴𝐵. So let's go ahead and go back. So 𝐁𝐥𝐴𝐵, I have all this stuff up here. Be sure to check it out. Just little tidbits, little videos that I took up the panels. There are other videos you can find on YouTube and whatnot, but this pretty much gives you the gist and the thrust of like what was going on. Like I really was focusing on the highlights of the panels. We got some really good stuff from Keanu Reeves. The man's a gentleman, a true gentleman. I have never read Berserker. I've never looked at any of that stuff, but it looks really interesting. And the dude has everything from a novel to action figures to tampon linings. Like the man is going to be Berserker everything. So he's really going all in on the world of Berserker. And I think that now's a good time to get in on the ground floor. Keanu Reeves receiving the Inkpot Award for the Berserker panel. That was really cool to see in person. And also, I'm a big Trekker. I'm a big Star Trek fan. So it was really cool seeing everything from all the different teams, all the different shows. That was a true delight. And I was really glad to have been there. Shout out to Deadpool and Wolverine once again. But once again, I'm really excited for 𝐁𝐴𝐵. I'm going to be putting up a Deadpool Wolverine on 𝐁𝐴𝐵 pretty soon. So if you're so kind, please do me a favor and check out that. That is Instagram.com at 𝐁𝐴𝐵._. Really excited. New times. But really, I want to talk about the big elephant in the room. And that's Avengers Doomsday, and that's RDJ. So the Russo brothers, they announced that they were coming back to stuff. They announced that they were coming back and that they needed what they were calling the world's greatest actor ever to bring this home. I mean, that's pretty lofty. So the real question is RDJ as Dr. Doom going to work? Is this really what we want to see? Right now, before I go any further, I do want to ask the chat, what are your thoughts on RDJ coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Dr. Doom? Let's hear. Sabir Del Norte says a few times people came from SDCC with the coof or getting symptoms. Yes, some of my friends ended up COVID positive, and I'm wishing them very well. So far, no horror stories. Awesome job, bro. Yeah, man. San Diego is really great. Concrud, Jason S. Concrud is a real thing, and it sucks. Sabir had Omicron when it first started. Yeah, New York got shut down with COVID, man. It hurt to see. There's no way to avoid being around thousands of random people and homeless. Yeah. And yeah, you had to luck out. Some people, COVID just ate up their insides. People lost limbs because of COVID. It was crazy, especially to our elderly. God bless them. But yeah, once again, we just have to find a way to take care of each other. And yeah, DJ 5Ash is excited about RDJ as Dr. Doom. Once again, asking the chat, what do you guys think about it? Here's the thing with RDJ. Don't ever throw Robert Downey Jr. Don't ever discount him, ever, because the man gets down. He is one of the greats for a reason. He won an Oscar for a reason. Oppenheimer was fantastic, and he was complex. He was nuanced until it was time to really up it, right? And he was a great villain. Like, you didn't know where it was coming from, and like this man just decided to destroy the scientists because he could, like it was something riveting to watch. And I understand that playing Tony Stark for so long really kept him from a lot of other roles. Like, there's any number of films and TV roles that we did not see Robert Downey Jr. in because of Tony Stark, because the man was making hundreds and millions of dollars from Marvel and Disney. I mean, I can't fault him for that. I really can't. So how do you push past that? How do you do something else? How do you shake off the legacy of Tony Stark, so it doesn't pigeonhole you, so it doesn't trap you into something else. Well, you can do other things like The Sympathizer on HBO, right? It was a tour de force. Great makeup effects, and from one episode to the next, keeps you guessing. You're like, is this Robert Downey Jr.? Is this what's going on here? Like, the man had been playing the same role for 15 years. Like, so no wonder we have people like Hugh Jackman saying like, okay, I'm done after Logan. I'm not coming back. I've been Logan for like 20 years. No wonder he hung it up. And it took Ryan Reynolds and the Deadpool team to bring him back in action, right? So when you have something like this, people are saying, how is he going to play Tony Stark and Dr. Doom? I'm saying, have you not seen this man cook? Have you not seen this man work? Do you not know what he's capable of? This dude, you're really gonna make me pull it out, aren't you? You're really gonna make me pull it out. All right, fine. I'll pull it out. I'll go ahead. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about pulling that out. I'm talking about pulling this out. I'm talking about Tropic Thunder. The last movie Robert Downey Jr. was nominated for an Oscar. This man played in fucking blackface and got an Academy Award for it. An Academy Award nomination. You want to talk about walking tightropes? Like, it's one of the most offensive, craziest things you could do, and he pulled it off. He pulled it off with nuance and genius. Like, this is a role that shouldn't have worked. It was extremely controversial. It was all risk, barely no reward. And it was also one of the funniest, most hilarious portrayals of a character that I've ever seen in a movie. He's a dude dressed as a dude portraying another dude. All right. So he's essentially Rick Lazarus, but we never see Rick Lazarus because Rick Lazarus is so method, he just disappears into this guy. This is the only thing we see of Rick Lazarus. Like, that's like three-dimensional chess. So once again, put some respect on Robert Downey Jr.'s name. This is not just talking about timelines and like all the crazy things that happen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and multiverse and whatnot. I'll get to that. But put some respect on Robert Downey Jr.'s name. The man walks tight ropes on fire. He does this shit for fun. He does this shit just because it's fun for him. Once again, just on The Sympathizer, the dude just played all these roles, I think out of sheer boredom. Just because he was bored. Right? Like, I think really what it comes down to is, why would you be against seeing Robert Downey Jr. come back? I mean, yeah, it would have been cool to see Cillian Murphy as Doom. It would have been cool to see Josh Hartnett as Doom, right? Like, that would have been some cool to see. Like, whatever. Like there's any number of actors that would have done a great job as Dr. Doom. But I think the Russo brothers have a point. It's like, name someone better than Robert Downey Jr. to do this. Go ahead. Like Daniel Day-Lewis, and that's it. Unless you can get Daniel Day-Lewis to come out of retirement and play Dr. Doom, your best bet is Robert Downey Jr. Let's holler at the chat. Chad Kinsler says RDJ is going to do a great job. All right. Jason S., I'm almost more excited for what the MCU will look like after Secret Wars. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be our first successful cinematic universe reboot. And this is different than DC Studios. They're like, it's really a side reboot. It's not in canon from DC EU. Whatever happens after Secret Wars is going to be a new start. Like, you'll get Captain America back, you'll get Iron Man back, and they'll probably end up recasting in some way or another. Loved him since Weird Science. Yeah, he's great. Yep, RDJ back to school. Set out to the Brack Pack. Funny as hell in Tropic Thunders. Yeah, with the speakers on his front pockets. Yeah, we started seeing Tony Stark get more nuance in Civil War. A tiny little iron deficient man. Oh yeah. Well, let's see. Well, Thanos is already dead, so you can't really do the whole Thanos skull Doom thing from the comics. That is. Less than zero RDJ. Yep. Weird Science. Mads Mikkelsen. Tony's saying Mad Mikkelsens. Well, Mads was already in Doctor Strange as a villain, but he would have been a good Doctor Doom. I don't think better than RDJ. I'm just going to say it. Jason S says, KJ, what was the vibe in the room? It was electric. It was awesome, man. It was. Hold on a second. Let me see if I have it here. Let me go ahead and go to. Let me go to my screen here. All right. So this is what it was like.
To do Secret Wars justice, and it's a character that Marvel has not introduced yet, and it could be the most important character in all of the Marvel universe. Wait for it.
So it was like we were already hollering let's Russo's to come back. All right. So now we know that this is going to be centered on Doom.
Now, listen, if we're going to bring Victor Von Doom to the screen, and he is one of the more complex characters in all of comics, right, Kevin? I mean, this is potentially one of the more entertaining characters in all of fiction. If we're going to do this, if we're going to bring him to movie theaters,
the Russo
worldwide,
live,
then I think we're going to need the greatest actor in the world to play that character. Wow. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
This was so crazy when it happened. That person doing the Arsenio Hall roof, that's me. That's why I had no voice Monday.
New mask. Same task. What can I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
Yeah, it was a crazy time.
Very.
That's the first that is a freaking Russo thing.
Oh my God.
All right, that's enough. Check out 𝐁𝐥𝐚𝐜 if you want to see more. Yeah, I think they were just putting on a brave face because they wanted to save it for Hall H. Yeah, well, you got him. Go ahead and make yourself look bigger. Yeah, and like RDJ did like a cool Iron Man entrance. I think after the first Iron Man, when they were promoting Iron Man 2, I was there when Iron Man 2 came to Hall H, but I wasn't able to get in. I did get in to see Kevin Smith instead, so that was cool. They had no canopies for the heat back in those days. The Hall H line was a dangerous line back in the day. It really was. It's like, you guys are trying to roast us out here, man. Like, that is not cool. All right. So once again, surviving Hall H, bring water, make friends so you can take bathroom breaks, wear a mask. And if you do that, then you'll be right as rain. But let's go ahead and let's really focus in on like the multiversal elements of the Marvel universe, right? So a lot of people have been pointing to this. What if Iron Man, Demon in an Armor? This is just an example. What if Tony Stark would still be Iron Man? But that's not really it. right? I don't think this is a case where Tony Stark is now Dr. Doom, or this is like a doppelganger or a body swap thing. I think what this is just, if you have a universe where you had this Dr. Doom character, this person just so happens to look like Tony Stark. That's it. That's all it is. It's not really about Doom and Stark being the same character. It just so happens that this dude has the same genetic makeup, I guess, or it's just a complete doppelganger for the 616 Marvel Cinematics Sacred Timelines Tony Stark. Like, that's what that was. So that's the thing. I think this is going to be like old school Doctor Who, Star Trek, when Star Trek would have actors come back and play the same role over, multiple times. Like, you had some people, they come back and they play just different parts, right? Just because that's just what it was. And I think that's what it is. Like, I think it'll be a shock. You're going to have some of the Avengers be like, what the hell? Dr. Doom, he looks like Tony Stark. Like, that's probably going to be a plot point. It's going to be the same way that Cap freaked out when he saw Winter Soldier as Bucky, right? Well, he's just going to freak out and it's going to fuck him up a little bit. So that may be the same thing that happens here, right? But I honestly think that it's just going to be a situation where it's just the same actor. And I think Robert Downey Jr. is good enough that he's going to sell Dr. Doom. You will not be thinking of Tony Stark when you see Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. And the only reason I can say that is he is an Oscar caliber actor who disappears into his roles. He'll have the mask, he'll have the cape and the hood, he'll have the armor, he'll probably have some weird ass accent. He may even be in blackface. Whatever the case may be, he will throw himself into this role. This is the guy you want playing Dr. Doom. If he wasn't playing Tony Stark, he would have been a perfect Dr. Doom. And props to Kevin Feige, the Russos, and the team at Marvel saying, well, screw it. Who gives a shit that he was Tony Stark? Let's cast him as Dr. Doom. That's some big huevos. Those are some huevos grandes, some frijoles, right? Like, they're just totally going for it. Jason S. agrees. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully it'll be better than the Doolittle accent. One Pouch Man says, I'm good with RDJ. MCU has never been comic book accurate, and they can make it work. Yeah, well, they've been more comic book accurate than most. That's just the thing. Giabro was there for Iron Man 1. Geeks have game. Bobby Behar says, he got te huevos. Yes, indeed. So I'm stoked. I'm stoked for Dr. Doom as RDJ as Dr. Doom. I think he can pull it off. And once again, this isn't going to be some Iron Man version of it. This is going to be something new, something fresh and exciting. I mean, think of the action figures. Think of the action figures we could be getting, right? That's going to be pretty cool. I mean, not these. I mean, shit, I kind of would like these. That'd be a cool 2-pack. And especially with Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom, holler at the Marvel team. Tell them, hey, we need this. We need this Demon in an Armor 2-pack. That'd be pretty cool. And we need it with an RDJ head sculpt. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, man. I think it's an exciting time. And I think there's no real reason to say no. Use your imagination. We're nerds. We're geeks for a reason. So use your imagination and don't say no just because it's easy to say no, just because it's easy to say nay. If we can get the Russo brothers back, if we can get Kevin Feige to somehow decide that it's okay to make a rated R movie, like, then anything's possible. I mean, the Deadpool and Wolverine is going to make $1 billion, but there was a time ago that the suits would have said no to Deadpool and Wolverine just because it was R-rated. Oh, we can't do an R-rated, it won't sell. Says who? We can't put Wolverine in the yellow and blue suit. Says who? A Deadpool movie won't sell. There's been 3 of them, and each have made over $700 million. The third one will by the end of the week. Deadpool and Wolverine's going to make $1 billion. Who knows how much further it can go? This is the dream team. And I get it. People are tired of the Marvel Factory. They're tired of the sameness. Yes, Hasbro is salivating at the idea. Yeah. Reusing the RDJ faces. Yeah, totally, man. This is an exciting time. This is an exciting time. So don't say no just because, right? That's not good enough of a reason. And I think if you just really open your eyes to the possibilities, you're going to see something absolutely amazing, right? I think Doomsday is going to be something that we're honestly not prepared for. And I think Secret Wars was as much as they love Secret Wars, the Russo brothers, the original 80s series, and Jonathan Hickman's amazing crossover event from 2015 that resulted in the new Marvel universe that we have right now. It's an exciting time. They've already started talking about incursions. They've already started laying the groundwork in Multiverse of Madness. Like, I don't know if it's going to outdo Infinity War and Endgame. I don't know if anything can. I think this can come close. And I think it's in their best interest to just keep their head down and just focus on making the best thing possible. In something that's thrilling, something that pays attention to all the characters that we have in play. Doomsday, we're not going to have Chris Evans Cap. We're not going to have ScarJo. We're not going to have, the original lineup that made Infinity War and Endgame so indelible. It's going to be Sam Wilson. It's going to be Shang-Chi. It's going to be the Eternals. Whoever's willing to come back. It's going to be the Marvels, right? So it just depends on how well Marvel was able to course correct after last year, after Quantumania, after the Marvels, after everything else. If they're able to make something that will get butts in the seats. I'm excited. I trust the Russos. I trust the writers. I trust Kevin Feige. Let's see what happens next. Yeah. I think, and I don't think it was an act of desperation. I think it was just business savvy. I think the Russo brothers just needed to rest. Hold on a second. Let me wipe my whistle. Give me just 1 second. Now, I've been talking a long time. Okay. I think the Russo brothers just needed to recharge after this massive run of Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. These are massive movies, right? People have heart attacks after making movies like this stuff. And you got to recharge. You have to say, like, we're going to do something else. We're going to go do Gray Man. We're going to go do Extraction. We're going to go do other stuff. GR Bro does not trust Feige. Well, I do, man. The dude has a good batting average. He does. And he was able to bring about the first Avengers and everything else. And I think it was just a misstep because you have to try things before to see they don't work. Like the Marvel shows, like the glut of stuff that we just got. It was just too much. It was spread out too thin and made too fast. The quality control went out the window. And they had to go through that process before they could, decide what to do next. Right now, they're doing Daredevil. They brought back a lot of the Netflix texture. They brought back some of the supporting cast. John Bernthal as Punisher. They brought back Foggy Nelson. They brought back Karen Page. Before, they didn't even have those elements, which was dumb, right? They brought back, they have Benson Moorhead as directors. Those two are awesome. They're amazing directors. But they just needed to course correct, and they needed to go slow. I'm glad they're not rushing out the Blade movie. I'm really glad. They just need to make as good of a movie as possible. That's more important than anything else. That's more important than saying we're going to get this money. We need this money now. We're just going to go ahead and do this. It's like, you don't have to do it like that. Like, just slow down and cook. Let them cook. That's it. That's it. And it's not about, action figures, collectibles, ancillary products. It's about storytelling. It's about heart. It's about humanity, basically. And that leads me into pretty much our main event, the story of the day, my review of Deadpool Wolverine. So, this is a movie that we didn't think we were going to go see, that we didn't think would ever happen. This is something was like a dream project of Ryan Reynolds. Hugh Jackman was like, I got an idea. Let's go ahead and go for it. I want to come back. And they just did it. And watching the movie, it was just really a treat. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to say, I'm going into full spoilers. All right. So, Punk with Toys is about to go on in about 12 minutes. If you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, feel free to leave the chat. I will not get upset. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me. Stalling a little bit more. GR Bro says Feige was a good manager of talent. Nona Madison says COVID has something to do with a lot of it. Yes, COVID compliance and everything else. Jason S says just get me to Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four was awesome. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But all right, full spoilers. I love this friggin' movie. I think that this movie gets even better the second time you see it. I wish that certain elements weren't spoiled for me, like this. Like, that would have been awesome to have seen that in the theater. This shit got spoiled for me. Like, just opening up Google and being like, how did they convince Wesley Snipes to come back? Like, why the fuck are you telling me this, man? I don't want to know. But anyway, I still think it was pretty awesome that they were able to do that they were able to bring back Jennifer Garner and everything else. It was pretty cool. This is an artist rendition. Basically, it's good that a lot of stuff isn't really out on the internet, even though the full movie is on the internet. Like, YouTube was like, hey, you might be interested in this. I'm like, holy shit, this is Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, that's not cool. I already saw it again in theaters. I'm going to go see it again in theaters. This is one of the rare movies that gets better every time you see it. And I'm going to go see it a third time. I'm going to pay my money and get my popcorn. And I can't believe they pulled this off. Channing Tatum was trying to do the Gambit thing for years. And so hopefully this may be a way for him to pull it off. But I think that he did an amazing job. But that's just all like the side stuff, right? I really think they just had a great cast. They knew what they wanted to do. I thought that Emma Corrin was great as Cassandra Nova. I thought she was an excellent villain, and she definitely sort of caught that flavor of an evil Charles Xavier. Like, that made a lot of sense to have her as a villain. I think the cast was great. There's a scene with Hugh Jackman, the car scene, some of the best acting I've ever seen out of him. And it's such a harsh, brutal scene. And when Ryan goes afterwards, he's like, I'm gonna fight you now. It's like, you get it. You're like, yeah, I can see that, right? But yeah, it really was just a fantastic. It was really a fantastic portrayal. It's like, this dude has been playing this guy as long as anyone can remember, and he's still unlocking new elements to his performance. He's still bringing something new to it. I don't know if it's the suit. I don't know that he is working with his friends, Sean Levy, who he's friends with, Ryan Reynolds, who he's friends with, but he just brought out these new elements to this character that we never seen before, and it's just extremely well done. So I'm like, yes, this is Wolverine, but this is also the blue and gold Wolverine, the Wolverine wearing the mask. It's like, this is a dream come true. There were just moments where I couldn't believe when I'm watching. Am I watching this? Is this real? Is this real life? Is this what's happening right now? So that was pretty cool, man. Like, there's like, I don't want to just see this movie again. I wish I could see this movie for the first time again, without spoilers, without knowing what was going to happen. Seriously, like, it was just a delight from start to finish. So once again, and I'm, like I said, I am spoiling the mess out of this. So if you haven't seen this movie, like, feel free to hop out. But once again, like, this mask was just fantastic. It was, how long have we been waiting for this, man? Since June 2000, since we knew that there was going to be an X-Men movie. And it took them 24 fucking years to do it. But they did it, man. And it looks amazing. Like, the eyes were moving a little bit, sort of follows that same comic book logic that Deadpool does. I'm not going to hate on it. It was just cool to see. And also, yeah, when he pulls up the mask, it kind of comes out of nowhere. But whatever, man. It was still pretty cool. Some shit you got to let go. It was cool. Let cool shit happen, man. Yeah. This was just pretty amazing, right? But you don't get any of that stuff without this, without having this team that really understood the assignment, that understood what we wanted to see as fans. We wanted to see that interplay, not just Deadpool and Wolverine, but Wade and Logan. Wade wanting to matter, Logan having failed his family and now finding a new one and saving a world, saving a universe, and sparing the multiverse is like something extremely heroic. And yeah, life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like box office receipts. Like, that's why this movie made $200 million its opening weekend. That's why it's going to make $500 million domestic. That's why it's going to make $1 billion plus, not just because of all these fun cameo bits and whatnot, but because of the heart, because of the nuance, and because of the hard-fought friendship that develops between Deadpool and Wolverine. It doesn't just happen. Like, they really have to go through this shit and, like, see the worth in each other. And it's cool to watch. It's cool to see. It really is. It's really touching at the end to see Logan find a new home, find a new universe, and see Wade, he matters to the people it matters most to. Will he be able to begin things anew with Vanessa? Who knows? That's not the point. But the point is that he was able to tell the woman he loved that he did this for her. And that's what matters. That's what's important, because she matters to him and he matters to her. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful movie. It is a human movie. It is a nuanced movie that just so happens to be draped in big budget superhero pyrotechnics and loaded with Easter eggs and cameos and holy shit moments we didn't think we were ever going to witness. Let's go ahead and holler at the chat some more. Gun Bunny is saying the movie was awesome. Watching it again tomorrow. Hoorah. Tony's Figs. Hell yes, I need to watch it again. I may go watch this shit again tonight. I may go watch it again tonight. One Pouch Man says, it wasn't spoiled for me. I lost my mind when Blade came in. Awesome. Gambit does look like har. If Duke can be Gambit, then Blade can be Stark. Wesley Snipes is Stalker, huh? It's pretty interesting. Madsen guffaws at the idea, but you got me thinking about something. Bye. But yeah, the soundtrack's a banger. The soundtrack is a banger because I've been having Like a Prayer and Bye stuck in my head all damn day. Like it'll be bye bye bye, and then like a prayer, and then bye bye bye, and then like a prayer. And I'm like, man, just these earworms stuck in my head. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Anyway, where was I? Right, soundtrack. Yeah. What a great soundtrack. Like shout out to the needle drops. I like to think James Gunn would be proud. Anyway, so once again, go see Deadpool and Wolverine. Go check that out. Amazing, amazing film. What a great time. What a lot of fun. Something that we've been waiting to happen. And like I said, worth the wait. Gets better in repeat viewings. Go see it, then go see it again because it was that good. I kid you not. Like that's rare. That's not every Marvel movie that does that. That gets better the more you watch it. I just think it's a good time right now to be a Marvel fan. Culminating in the experience at Hall H. Talking about Infinity War, Secret Wars and Doomsday, with RDJ and the Russos coming back. Just slow cook it. Take your time, take it nice and slow, and let's see what they got for us. You know, I don't think it's going to be as good as Endgame. It doesn't have to be, just as long as it's as good as they can make it. I'll take that. I really will. Shout out to Gaz. What's up, man? Have an evening. Madsen is saying that one of Wesley is Stryker, a bit too old to play him now. No, if Stalker's OG 13 and you do a modern day, you're gonna have Wesley Snipes being like that opening class of Joes. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. B's Battleground, expecting more of the Greatest Showman. Yeah, it was just a shout out. It was just so they could do the joke in the soundtrack listing. That's all. Good times. And Tony Fig says, I love my Marvel Knights moment in the movie. Yeah, that was great. Shout out to Tony Figs. He's got a great Marvel Knights lineup. It is amazing. Yeah, this Honda Odyssey fucks hard, but not you, little dick. Oh, I'm just getting started, bub. What a great, I'm probably going to go see it again tonight. I'll see it Saturday. I'll go see it Saturday. All right. So coming up on our last segment, a segment that's near and dear to my heart. This is Community Spotlight. And this is something where this comes from Terradrome, where we look at anyone from photographers, dioramists, customizers, or painters, sculptors, that kind of thing. And just seeing stuff in the fan community and the things that they do and what they're able to pull off. And it's just really great to see the work they have in store for us. So I want to give a special shout out to a good friend of the show and a good friend of mine, Gun Bunny Customs. This dude's now semi-retired, but every so often will still do great, fantastic work. He's able to find stuff on the cheap, whether it's Mattel Lightyear vehicles, whether it's figs from Ollie's, Ross, you name it, and he will just put his own spin on it. He has an APC, is amazing. He has a lot of great stuff. So check him out on Instagram. I was hollering at him. I was like, hey, man, look at what dude did. I'm trying to remember the guy who did it before. I'm blanking on it. But I sent it to Gun Bunny, and then he did his own spin on it and made these sick-ass dark crimson extensive enterprise twins. I didn't realize he was just getting started. But, yeah, there's no touching this guy, man. This dude is ready to rock. He just goes all in. So my hat goes off to Gun Bunny Customs. And then once again, check out my dude on YouTube. Go to Gun Bunny Customs on YouTube and check him out. You'll see how he does his breakdowns on all his stuff, on how he built that APC, on how he does like all these other things. Go ahead, check it out from start to finish. You will not be disappointed. But for now, I just wanted to give a super duper special shout out to this his tank, man. This is some nasty shit, man. Gun Bunny You've done it again, bro. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your creativity, for your energy, for all the maximum effort you put into each and every one of these projects. It makes me want to get up off my ass, grab my paintbrushes, grab my airbrush, and just make something happen for real. Yes, man. Shout out to Community Spotlight. Tony knows what's up, man. Yes, shout out to that Stalker. Stalker, he's been around, man. He's been there, man. He's still in the mix. He's still in the mix. Don't get it twisted. It's all good. He's still in the mix. He's still in the mix. You got it, man. You got it, dude. You're a good dude, man. I just want to say thank you. Keep up the good work, man, for real. Man, he's working on some more guys, man. What's up? Dude, have you been reading Skybound? Destro in the suit, bro. Destro looks clean. He looks crisp in the suit, man. Take a look at that. Take a look at Destro in the suit. I know, man. I fucks with Gun Bunny too, man. What are you telling? Selena says, well, look, you think that's amazing, man. Look at this. All right. Look at the different angles, man. Look at the patterns. Now, Gun Bunny, he has his secrets. He keeps things to the test. The decaling, right? But the extensive enterprise, that stuff probably came from Bad Mother Customs, if I had to guess. But I don't know. I'll let him keep his secrets, right? Look at how sexy that SMS looks with this fucking thing, man. Hold on a second. We need Hasbro to take that his tank mold from the HasLab. Just make a shell. Just make a fucking shell and give us Crimson Hiss tanks. Give us the blue Cobra Hiss 3s. Give us the gray Cobra Hiss. Just keep cranking out classified hisses. We don't need moving treads. I don't need LEDs. Just give me the shell and I'll make the rest of it work. But anyway, back to Gun Bunny. Look, man, this stuff is sexy and it is sweet. And he's just showing off. He has his custom Crimson Extensive Enterprises his tank next to the OG HasLab. It's amazing. The logos are painted on. Cheers. That's insane. How'd you do that? That's masking tape. All right. Razzle Cobra Storm Shadow had a nice suit. Look, this is immense. And I really think the creativity is really rewarded by this new level of action figure we have from Hasbro, but classified. It allows us to just really have a different level of play, right? So once again, mild spoilers, just showing off. I'm always trying to give Gun Bunny ideas. Here's Destro from Energon Universe. If you haven't been reading Destro, I recommend it. But yeah, just something to think about, Gun Bunny. Just something to think about. It'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind seeing Hasbro pull this off too. But just think about it. Anyway, really great stuff. Fantastic work with the twins. Fantastic work with this his tank. Just keep up the great work. If you're putting this on YouTube, we need to see how it looks. I don't know if those are your own custom Crimson twins or if you got that from the Hasbro PulseCon. I think those are yours. I wouldn't doubt if they were. But once again, just fantastic job. Gun Bunny says he's on the way. Okay, great. There we go. Blitz. I wish Hasbro would put waterside decals in the hat. Okay, yeah. I mean, stickers, not everyone can do water slide. No, not anyone can do water slides. That's the thing. Arctic Hiss. People, we want that. And Blitz, I agree. Paint it on. That's a higher level of patience and talent. Gun Bunny is extremely talented. Once again, just really great stuff out of this. I asked Gun Bunny, like, hey, man, do you have any extra sneak peeks? And he was really kind. He was like, yeah, man, check these out. This stuff was just really amazing. Just fantastic work once again. So really quick, if you are not already following Gun Bunny Customs, then go to his Instagram at gun_bunny_customs. Check him out. Amazing work. Go to his YouTube and check him out there as well. Subscribe and then check out those videos. Those videos, they come when they come, but when they are very informative and they will open up a new level of customizing. You will be inspired to try some new stuff. So check it out. You will not regret it. All right. Well, that's enough out of me. That was a really fun time recapping my time at San Diego Comic-Con. I want to thank once again my friends at A Toy Kind of Mood and my friends over at Geeks Have Game. Go ahead and check them out as well. Geeks Have Game has relaunched on YouTube. I was very fortunate enough to be on their most recent episode along with Jason DX over at SCNS, which stands for Super Cool Nerd Show, I'm going to say. Hopefully I have that right. But this was a lot of fun. And if you're not already subscribed over at Geeks Have Game, check them out. Hopefully you'll like what you see. It was a really fun episode. Man, I just cannot stop talking, can I? I'm just all over the place. But I'm really glad to see GHG relaunch. It's been a long time coming, and it's only the beginning. So stick around and check it out, and I think you're going to like it. Also, you know the usual suspects. Toy Kind of Mood, Tony's Figs, Toy Optics, Baldy Locks, reviews, all that good stuff. Check us out. Holler at us. We are putting in work. We are losing our voice. We are losing our minds, having a great time. And once again, stay safe, have fun, play with your figs. If you can't get it, don't sweat it. Rock what you got. Drink the water. Stay hydrated. And until next time, be good to one another. Oh, like and subscribe. Don't forget to share. I'm really bad at this. I didn't even put that up once. Please like, please subscribe, please share if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, I will promise to do better. And once again, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And once again, thank you very much for your time. All right. That's it. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Peace.